shots that have to be made up tonight.
Yeah, they're going to get some early touches for Giannis. You would expect that, right? And the Bulls trying to send some defensive numbers. Handoff to Damian Lillard. That's a long two for Dame. And we're told for the Bucks, everyone's available except Chris Middleton. That'll also include DeLon Wright, who missed the last preseason game. Finger roll finish for Giannis.
Even though the competition, you know, realistically is not what you're going to be used to.
Oh, Dame. 6 points, hasn't missed a shot. A perfect 3 for 3 to open up. Might be looking for more here. Giddey gets blocked again by Brook, who's got a couple here to open up. Giddey gets blocked again by Brook, who's got a couple here to open up.
That's great reaction by Brook Lopez.
Trent Jr. spin move. Terry puts on the brakes, 3-point attempt. The putback's good for Sanogo. Dame hasn't missed a shot. Over to Brook Lopez. His first 3-pointer, sinks it. First shot, first 3. Look at this son.
Speaking of Bobby, he checked in after this break, and just like his teammates, he's had a lot of positive things to say about their new defensive coach. Now, we talked to Marjon Beauchamp this morning. He just celebrated his 24th birthday on Saturday. He said that when it comes to defense, Coach Buck preaches to the guys the importance of knowing their spots, getting contested shots, overall effort, and getting back on transition defense, which, as we know, was a key area of focus for this team last season, Lisa.
I remember when Doc came in last year, and they had the ability to practice for the first time. Puck! Her third block, but persistence paying off for Sanogo to get the bucket with those, you know, months that he's worked with the team, and now bringing in a guy like Greg Buckner. They're able to kind of implement those defensive strategies a little bit better.
We can look forward to keep the ball out of the middle. That's number one. Get it on the side. You keep it on the side. Here's your guy, Sanogo, man, Adama, and allow penetration that compromises your defense. Now you're susceptible to a lot of draw and kick action.
Man, Dame looks good tonight.
Yeah,
4 for 4, 8 points.
But trust me, Bobby was not turning down that opportunity. He didn't go out of his way to avoid him.
Right. We got E.J. Liddell as some of your subs here for the Bulls. Here's Bobby Portis, his first minutes. He picks up where he's left off here in the preseason games. And Bobby trying to save it, but into the hands here of the Bulls. They got some numbers, 5 on 3, really. Giddey with another 3.
Had been called before Joe Dumars changed things around in January, made these guys afraid to play aggressive perimeter defense. We'll get more into that at some point, but I love that change by Joe.
Oh, wow. Count the bucket. Over to Duarte. Stewart looking for something, going against the Rook and pouring it in.
That's a good defense by A.J. Johnson. Stewart did a nice job kind of bouncing him off with contact and creating separation to get the shot off.
Johnson was going for it. Bulls, you saw there on a 7-0 run. 2 minutes and some change. It counted. Duarte make it a 10-0 run.
And creating separation to get the shot off.
Johnson was going for it. Bulls, you saw there on a 7-0 run. 2 minutes and some change. It counted. Duarte make it a 10-0 run. Kenneth Lofton Jr. giving it to him. First preseason game for Lofton Jr. here, by the way. Here's Bobby. Giannis straight down the lane to do that.
Yeah, and just a nice job reading the flow of traffic as the trailer. And Pat just kind of holding on to the basketball long enough for him to clear himself and get open.
The DJ Stewart, he turned 20 on Saturday. You mentioned from G League Ignite. See more and more players out of G League Ignite. Count it! A.J. Johnson to the rack.
The last 7 or 8 minutes of this game.
Buzelis knocks down another 3-pointer.
The front line players of the Bulls.
A 3-pointer cutting the lead to 3, and the Bucks on a 7-0 run. Giddey left wide open from the slot.
Actually able to play in that particular game against the Pistons, Gary Trent Jr.
Catch and shoot opportunity for Trent Jr. He's got his fair share of 3-point attempts. 6 of them. Now here in this game, here's Phillips, a 2-point attempt up and over Brook Lopez.
Nice job here at Tennessee under Rick Barnes.
Dame dribbles right into that. 13 points for Damian Lillard. Batum.
good ball movement. And you just saw an example where the penetration will.
Terry kicks it out. Bucella's yet another look. He's got another three-pointer. His second. Duarte. Boy, the Bulls are looking for those three-pointers. That attempt from Terry. Trent Jr. corner look. Nice. Gets it. 8 points for Trent Jr. Bulls nearly turn it over. Bucella's against Brook. Huge step-back move, air ball. Giannis saving it, but right into Sanogo's hands.
Great defensive box outs and rebounding.
Giannis will turn and back-to-back buckets. Hey, Melanie Ricks, you got a Bulls injury update.
Pretty solidly in those ribs.
Add him to the list of Bulls players that we won't see here tonight. Torian Prince from the corner.
6 in the first half, was on fire.
Brook Lopez, body bucket and one.
For Giannis, it's all about power and finishing and athleticism. So it's a combination.
Gary Trent Jr. picks off the pass, lays it in.
Really solid defensive possessions, but you got to love the focus.
The 10. And the foul from Brook Lopez. And the Bucks have outscored the Bulls 15-4 here to open up the third. Brook Lopez, another three.
Giannis, that little step through him, but he had a point blank layup.
Sanogo gets swatted by Brook. 4 blocks for Brook Lopez.
It's going to be another trademark for the Bucks. A lot less switching and more fighting through screens on the perimeter.
The defensive part of the game was the start of the third quarter. Dave from the corner, one more three-pointer for good measure. He's got 20 points here tonight.
High school in Chicago, and he's been around a long time, and yet he's only 23 years old. Won a championship with the Lakers in 2020.
Pat feeding Bobby. An assist for Pat, another bucket for Bobby.
Great two-man basketball. How the game has got to slow down. AJ's got to slow down. He's too fast for the league right now.
Horton Tucker, penetration. Marjon averaging about a bucket, getting about 14.5 minutes here in the preseason. Corner look.
Took a quarter off of that 15-cent change back in Harlem, Rucker League.
Sanogo. Bucella's pump fake. Oh, Bucks got a piece. Tyler Smith coming up with it.
Left break line to get himself open. You can see him knock down that three.
Horton Tucker once again. That's a good way to put it.
Wind up passing to nobody.
Another bucket for Horton Tucker.
Oh, man, my God.
Carter. And Javon's first bucket.
Bucks got a pretty challenging schedule themselves. Nice.
Oh, whoa! Andres Poshesniks. Andre Jackson Jr., no problem.
Man, he has really looked good.
And that timeout, when they went Horton Tucker's way. And thanks to a third quarter where it really turned things around, the starters did for the Bucks. And the Bucks have their first preseason win, 111-.